Zack Snyder, Zack Snyder, Zack Snyder, Zack Snyder is God and the greatest man ever. He's better than all the saints and everyone. Hated
terrible.
It. It's an awful
so
trailer.
bad.
I can't believe
Don't
they
release
put that
the
on the
Snyder
screen.
Cut.
It's awful.
Oh my god,
Hated.
Schumacher Cut, get it out there.
We're gonna get into it.
It's terrible.
Awful. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 54 of the Straight to Series podcast. My name is Connor.
And I'm Ian.
And together we are going to talk about the DC Fandome.
So much to unpack.
Among other stuff.
Snippets of other news,
Yeah.
but mostly DC Fandome. We got
Yeah.
the Batman trailer. We got the Snyder Cut trailer.
Yeah.
We got some info about Black Adam, about Shazam.
Wonder Woman, The Flash.
It's all in there.
Suicide Squad,
Oh yeah, Suicide Squad video game.
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad as
James
well.
Gunn.
New Batman video game as well. So many cool things out there. And then
And Hoops.
Hoops. Yes.
On Netflix.
Hoops
Jake
on
Johnson.
Netflix.
Beautiful man.
Beautiful man.
Charisma God.
Terrible show. Anyway, we will get into all of this, but the first things first, like and subscribe. And
Yes,
check
please.
us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
SoundCloud.
every
social media platform we're on.
recommend a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give him a reason to recommend a friend, though.
I mean, we did at the beginning with the song.
The vocal. It's been a while. It's been a while.
We had to. We. I know it looked like we recorded it here, but we were lip syncing there. We did it
Yeah.
in a studio.
Yeah.
We had
That's not even my voice.
the headphones. It's not even
Yeah.
my body.
That was Demi Lovato.
That was it.
It was Demi Lovato. I got her in.
I thought she looked
Yeah.
familiar, or it sounded
Did
familiar.
you hear the calories when I was saying? Oh my god.
They were coming down the phone. They tasted like tacos. Anyway,
Wow.
we are going to get straight into it, and we were debating what to start with. What are we going to talk about
Good,
first?
bad. Where did we
Middling.
start? Beautiful, ugly. What did we start with?
We went with beautiful. We're going to talk about the Batman, baby. The Batman trailer.
Jamie Foxx would say.
Yeah, it was the finale of the DC Fandome, and with
Right.
good reason.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
What an encore.
Oh my God.
What a key change as well.
Yeah, I woke up this morning to that trailer. One of the best feelings ever in my entire life. I loved it.
I love this trailer.
It's-
I love this trailer. I want this trailer in my veins right now. Put it in me.
Put it in me. Get it in me.
Get Bobby Pat's in me.
Yeah.
All my doubts.
Yeah.
Gone.
Gone.
Now, I had very small doubts.
Yeah.
Really, it was to do with Robert Pattinson, and I wish the answer to this question, if he could take a punch and give a punch.
Yeah. I think they answered that question.
He kills a guy.
He murders a
with
man.
a fist.
With his fist.
With his
yeah.
fist. A knuckle sandwich.
Yeah.
Many knuckle sandwiches from hell.
By the way, he doesn't actually take a punch and give a punch. He catches punches and
he
then
does.
beats the shit out of people.
My God, can he throw down?
Yeah.
Everything about this trailer.
Oh my God, it's so cool.
It was better than I expected, and I was expecting great things.
Me too. I mean, the entire Matt Reeves segment where he's just being interviewed and talking is so good.
You mean having a super fan talking about how he's making a movie about like one of his favorite characters of all time?
He's so in depth about everything, and he doesn't sound like he's not like congratulatory.
Not at
in
all.
depth, unlike some of the other panels that we'll be getting into. Hallelujah. No, he's so like he talks about, gives you good information about the movie, talks about the TV show as well.
He talks it like 30 seconds in, I'm like sold.
Yeah.
And then he gets into it more. I'm like
Yeah.
sold again.
Yeah.
And then double sold, triple sold.
Triple
like
sold.
it's fantastic just to even listen to him.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about.
He does.
This guy's been writing this movie for like 2.5 years before it was in front of the
He
cameras.
clearly is very excited
And
to
it's-
finally get it done.
Sadly had a 5-month break, and we'll get into that.
Yeah, with the virus that's must not be named. But what are we gonna? Will we break down what he says first or the trailer first?
I don't know.
Okay.
Can we talk about the suit?
Okay, let's
So
talk
the
about
trailer.
Let's the trailer.
Because that was one thing that we were a bit on the fence about. The suit, certain shots, like when the still. Well, what was the
it
video?
was a
that
stunt
the little,
double.
Yeah, well, that was the one where he's on the motorbike.
Yeah.
But then we had the actual little footage, the test footage, and I was like, that looks really cool. And then
Yeah.
we see the stunt double on the motorbike with Q-tips on his arm, and we're like,
I'm not that into that.
that doesn't look great. we see him in a setting where the suit should look terrible.
Yeah.
We see him in a setting where he's not on a rooftop, he's not in a dark alleyway, he's standing in an apartment
In a
from the look
crime
of it,
scene, yeah.
with other people in normal clothes. And
Yeah.
that's where the suit always looks kind of weird.
They try and avoid that in other movies. You
Yeah.
see, like he's not around people in normal clothes a lot.
Because
There's other
it
movies.
does look strange.
It does, of course it does. Unless it's Tim Burton, where everyone looks strange.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like they're just ripped out of a cartoon,
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
It looks fucking cool. His cape looks like it's leather, and I'm all about it.
The second he steps on screen, he looks awesome.
In his combat boots.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything about it. I actually love the look of the suit.
Me
I can't
too.
wait to see it in motion even more.
Even in the emotion we have now, like, he is clearly a mobile Batman. You know, you've heard...
Big time.
There's lots of talk behind the scenes whenever you talk about Batman, can't move the neck.
Yeah.
You know, and then they did away with that in Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, especially in The Dark Knight. Wasn't that
Yeah.
the big deal where it's like, hey, he can actually turn his head.
He can turn his head. The actor and the character can turn their head. And then with Ben Affleck's, you see more of this comic accurate kind of
Yeah,
like...
the only
big
restrictions is his
hulking
muscle
figure.
mass, and then Justice League, it's more than muscle mass, it's burger mass.
The clothes are just restricting. That's the
Yeah,
only
that's
thing
it.
that's restricted in that. And then you look at this and you're like, oh, that looks like a proper suit, like
Yeah.
a Batman suit.
This looks more realistic than Christopher Nolan's Batman
I
as
think
well.
it does.
Now, I mean, we've got... We should say, will we say that this trailer is made off 25 to 30% of the movie, because that's all that's shot
That's
right
comes
now.
from directly from Matt Reeves' mouth. He said,
He
look,
says that.
I've shot, this is about 25-30% of this movie is what I've shot, so I've cut together what I can. And then he literally, he fucking downplays. He's like, listen,
What a cool guy.
I shot about 25-30%, so this is what I was managed to put together.
Whereas
And
Zack Snyder's like, fucking nailed it!
I have the best movie and the best trailer ever.
Suck my dick.
Listen, we'll get into
Yeah,
that. We'll
I
get
know.
into that.
But it's just the
I know.
contrast where,
I know.
you know, Matt Reeves is like, I made this little movie that's like...
Yeah.
It's something that I'm passionate about.
I did the best with what I had, and then he delivers like the best trailer I've watched all year.
Easily my favorite trailer
Yeah.
of the year. A lot of it was riding on it for me.
Yeah, me
I must
too.
say, especially since I've endorsed this movie from the start, which was hard to do when Robert
I was
Pattinson...
telling you not to.
Well, when Robert Pattinson got
Yeah.
cast,
Yeah,
a
of
lot
course.
of doubters were swarming, and I understood their doubts completely.
Yeah, but proved us all wrong.
And he's a bit emo.
He is.
And I'm all about
I
it.
kind of like it.
He's a bit Spider-Man 3,
He looks angry.
but I love it. The
Yeah.
eyeliner.
The fact that they acknowledge that he's wearing eyeliner as well,
It's great.
I love. And then when you actually see the suit, the way it's designed, you can't really see his eyes in it, and I
Yeah.
love that as well. It's such a good.
It's scary.
It's spooky. It's scary,
Yeah.
and he actually spooky.
It's so
Bad term. It's so
spooky.
spooky.
It's so spooky.
So spooky. No, it's just like it's scary and it's intimidating.
Intimidating.
And he's in the scene where he fights. He's so still right up until he's not, and then
I
he's
know.
explosive. Even when there's a quick fight of him versus Catwoman, he just stands there. He moves slightly and everything. He looks mobile. He looks active. He takes a gunshot to the chest at one point.
And he goes, ugh!
Yeah. It looks like it hurt, but he's alive.
Yeah. If that... I want the symbol now.
Yeah.
Like the rumor was, because it's out of one of the comic book iterations where the symbol is actually made out of the gun that shot his parents. I want that so badly.
Me too.
Now, I mean, that trailer was so good that it won't
don't
ruin
care,
it.
yeah.
But holy shit.
I do care.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Icing on the suit.
It would be awesome.
That would be so nice. I want
Yeah.
it so badly. This trailer... I have a few things about the 25 to 30% thing. Though.
Okay.
I'm scared to say it, but that's why I think the trailer could be amazing as well,
Mm.
because there's no room for error. There's like they have such a limited amount
Mm-hmm.
on the screen that like we can't get into elements that we might disagree with.
I know
Now
what you
I
mean.
hope that I'm wrong about that,
Yeah.
and I'm still super positive about this movie, but there's so little there.
But the tougher stuff to shoot would always be the stuff that people might disagree with.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get more into like how certain villains are going to be portrayed.
Yeah.
because it's sort of up in the air.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we
Ish.
see a lot of the villains. I had to convince you that we saw the Penguin.
Is that Colin Farrell?
It is Colin Farrell.
Is that
It
Colin
is.
Farrell?
It is. I don't know if we have an image, but have a look at
I'll
the...
throw it up. I'll
Yeah.
throw it up if people are watching on YouTube. He doesn't look like Colin Farrell.
He doesn't, but
Not remotely.
it is Colin Farrell,
Is
because
it?
I watched this trailer maybe 20 times, and I'm 100% convinced. And other sites are saying it's Colin Farrell and everything, so I have my backing. But I actually really like that he's unrecognizable as the Penguin, because he looks really good. I like the Riddler that we're getting in this.
Yeah. Now we barely see him, But what we do see
Terrifying.
is very scary.
Duct tape has never been more terrifying in my mind.
And you made a good point where you're just like, that kind of, it's scary, but still in the realm of 15s to PG-13.
Yeah, exactly.
PG-13, that's usually what it is in America, right?
It's a way of doing something kind of terrifying and almost like...
But it's only tape.
It's only duct tape.
It's only duct tape.
But it's restrictive. Like, even seeing someone's face taped up like that is really, like, freaky.
It's scary.
And everything.
It's very scary. It's very Seven, as we said, the movie Seven.
It's kind of Saw as well, but, like, that's kind of... That's more Riddler vibes as well, the traps and the punishment, and that seems to be what he's going for here.
But it does scare, like, it's right on the line. You're like, yeah, but it's only tape.
It's not blood.
It's only tape. You can imagine Matt Reeves and he's talking to MPAA or whatever like that, and he's got his pointer and he's like, it's just duct tape. Yeah. Here's duct tape. Look, you use it for everything, you know?
I imagine the Howard Hughes scene from The Aviator where he's going through, these were the breasts shown and gone with the wind. These are the breasts. And Matt Reeves is walking around going like, the girl with the dragon tattoo did this. My movie only does this.
Yeah, so... I think Girl with Dragon Tattoo was R-rated.
Oh, yeah, no, it was super R-rated, I'm sure.
Has to. Oh, actually, yeah, no. Yeah, it is. It 100% is.
But I say that movie because you were showing me the opening scenes in the trailer for that, and you can see, like, the similarities in just David Fincher's style in this whole movie.
Yeah, even, like, the colour drain.
The colour drain, the aesthetic.
The letterbox. It looks very like it, and I'm a huge David Fincher fan, so I'm loving it.
Yeah.
This movie though. Oh, sorry, this trailer.
It's awesome. We see lots of stuff. We see Catwoman as well. But it's not, as he said before, it's Selena Kyle. She's still not yet Catwoman,
which I love.
Yeah. And we even still get the nod though, because
her
mask is Catwoman-esque.
She's got those feline qualities.
She does. She certainly does. I like how I like how it looks. The cat burglary thing, the light on her eye, and
coming down with the robe.
Yeah,
she looks very elegant. Looks like she can handle herself at the same time.
Yeah, but not as well as Batman, which I like because he dodged her so easily, and I love that. Sometimes in movies and comic books they feel like they need to make certain characters on an equal level playing field, and I always it's Batman. Like, for example, when he's fighting the Joker at the end of the original Batman, and it's just him beating up a man who's a clown.
Yeah, it really is. It's all blunt force trauma. Like,
yeah, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, big time.
But yeah, it's cool. And we were talking about this before, but I like seeing these villains, and I don't get the sense by the end of this movie any of these villains are going to be dead.
I don't get that either.
It's meant to be a trilogy, so I like the idea that we're just going to keep building and building until that third movie.
And Matt Reeves says the movie builds and builds, like the tension just increases.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm a bit scared of is when I look at this trailer, it looks so amazing that I text you saying, this looks like bottled brilliance, you know? And then you take 5 months off.
I know.
That scares me a bit.
I know.
Because I just feel like the pace was going, everything was going great, and it's like 5 months off.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea of them starting again with cold feet. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. But at the same time...
I'm just...
No.
I don't want to bring negative vibes.
No, absolutely. It's good to bring that point up. And Devil's Advocate, you know...
Because that trailer is so good. Yeah. I'm like, I wish they didn't take 5 months off.
And then I will play the other side, and I will say in those 5 months, maybe there was stuff that they tightened up, you know? Maybe there was script. Now that everyone is involved, all the players are on the chessboard. A
few adjustments, because they're like, oh, do you know the way he's approaching this character?
Yeah.
Do you know, we could rewrite this a slight bit here,
exactly.
touch here.
Maybe give him more to do.
Hopefully, I really hope Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves have been conversing through this whole pandemic and like adding layers and layers. Or, do you know, maybe the sequel has got... more ideas on the table now.
Maybe.
You know, because now they kind of know what they're working with as well.
What was I going to say?
Hopefully. I'm just saying, I hope that they hit the ground running, because September is when they resume. They haven't even started filming again. They haven't resumed production.
Today is the 23rd of August. Oh my God. The second that I see that article that says Batman's officially back filming, I'm going to be so excited.
Think of the trailer we would have got.
I know.
It would have been finished filming.
Yeah.
It definitely would have been. It would have been a few months in, maybe let's say 2 months in post-production.
The things we would have seen. But then again, this is a perfect trailer.
It's so good, and it's a good teaser. The fact that we know that only 25-30% was filmed means we haven't really been spoiled. Like, the movie hasn't spoiled anything, you know?
It really hasn't.
Or the trailer hasn't spoiled the movie in any way, I'd say.
It's like watching the trailer. Like, I remember watching the trailer for The Dark Knight, and just all this imagery and just drama and tenseness that you see, and it just recaptures that so perfectly, and it's so I love it so much.
We didn't even mention Nirvana.
Oh yeah,
Something in the Way.
Oh my god, it's so good. Mixed in
so
with the
good.
end with Michael Giacchino's score as well.
That was a big fad there for the last 5 years, where trailers were using all these like super classic old songs.
Yeah.
And I was saying to you, it can be a bit cheesy at times.
It can.
And we will get into how it can be a bit cheesy, because there's another trailer that does a similar thing.
Hallelujah.
It really doesn't work.
Yeah, it really doesn't work.
But with this, I just relate this to Logan. Hurt by Johnny Cash. You're like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
1-to-1 perfect.
It's just so perfect.
Yeah.
And now this Something in the Way by Nirvana, his emo vibes, the eyeliner, I'm like, give me it. This is so perfect. This
give it all to me.
Extremely well. And we should say about the Red Label.
Yes.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. So
you educated me on this.
I did. A lot of the talk beforehand between Aisha Tyler, who was hosting, and Matt Reeves is about the DC multiverse and everything.
Yes.
So most DC films have a blue label when they start.
The main DC EU, we're
DC,
talking Aquaman, we're talking Justice League, we're talking Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, Joker has a black label as far as
so
I'm
it's
aware.
its own thing.
It's his own thing, and this has a dark red, like a blood red label. So all of that symbolizes different universes or multiverses,
which I love.
Which is so cool.
It's really cool.
And you made an excellent point where you were like, when we hear about movies coming up now,
depending on the director and the actors involved, you're like,
I hope this is a red label.
Yeah, where you're like, oh, Vin Diesel's involved. That could be blue.
Blue label.
That can be blue.
100%.
Yeah, Vin Diesel's
it's
fat,
black
by the way.
label. Oh Jesus Christ, no.
No. And it's Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, who is he? He's Penguin.
Oh my God.
I can see it, but why?
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to see it. I mean, look at him here preparing for the role. Yeah, he didn't even know it. Yeah.
On the balcony. There's Penguin on the balcony.
Yeah, he's got a cigar and everything.
Yeah.
But that's a fair point where from now on I'm going to be like, what label is it? Red label?
Yes.
Awesome.
Michael Bay's making a movie. Blue label.
Blue label.
All day. He's a blue label guy.
It was blue label. Thank God.
I like how this is going to be like a diss now. This is going to be an insult. Like, oh, he's such a blue label kind of DC director.
I would do now look down upon all other labels that are blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blue's my favorite
He's so
color.
blue label.
Black and blue, baby.
He's so blue label.
He is such a blue label director.
Get out of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of my movie.
I mean, it's so cool.
We don't get to see Andy Serkis.
No, we don't. We just hear him, and you made another excellent point.
Oh,
Keep
thank
harping
you
on your points. Andy Serkis was away filming a little tiny movie called Venom 2.
Directing. So
yes.
like, I mean, he was busy. Not just filming, he was directing Venom 2. And he was directing it while Batman was in production. Or the Batman was in production.
And you imagine, like, he's not doing much in that movie.
No, I bet he comes in for the last 50%.
Yeah.
So I say, I don't think he spent a single day on set. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm estimating.
I think Matt Reeves gave him a call and said, will you record a line of dialogue for this? And we'll...
No, I could be wrong, but I just don't think he was ever on set. I really don't.
I mean, Matt Reeves and Andy Serkis, good mates.
Oh,
worked well together.
Great team.
Yeah, great team. So I'm sure he was more than happy to come on and do it.
And I can't wait to see him as Alfred.
Me too.
And I'm looking forward.
We already get Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon.
We get to see a good bit of him.
Yeah, which is cool.
I'm so on board with that.
Yeah, not commissioner yet. There's a different commissioner in it.
Well, we should say that Matt Reeves has confirmed that this is 2 years into Bruce Wayne being Batman. He's still in the learning stages.
It's like
he's not refined yet. His skills aren't refined.
It's 26 months or something like that in. He gives like a pretty exact timeline, and he talks about this, saying he's not happy with the way this crime experiment has gone.
Yeah, it hasn't been working out for him.
He's not seeing the results he wanted to. He's still an urban myth. He's on a decent relationship with the police, but nothing is working, and he's still testing out everything. He makes the point that the suit and the car and all his gadgets look that way because he's doing it himself.
And I love that because the car, I've heard a few people not liking the car.
Love it.
Because it doesn't look like a Batmobile.
Yeah.
Then when you hear that, now I loved it from the start because it didn't look like a Batmobile.
Exactly.
Also, I want to be really far away from the Tumbler.
Yeah.
I thought the Tumbler was a bit of an ugly looking vehicle. I understand why Christopher Nolan went for that, but I didn't like it. And then I thought Zack Snyder's one was super cool, but so Batmobile.
Yeah.
Like so comic booky.
Exactly.
And this is like right in the middle.
Yeah.
I like that. It looks like a muscle car,
Yeah.
except it's got a jet on the back of it.
Yeah, but I can also, but like, this whole thing is meant to be a trilogy, and we talked about earlier, you know, the characters. No one's gonna. I don't think anyone's gonna die. We're just gonna keep building and building. Like his gallery expanding. We see a bit of his Batcave. His Batcave getting better and better, and the time goes on. It's gonna be so satisfying to watch.
This film has. They've only filmed 25 to 30%, and I'm already like, don't fuck with that Batman suit.
Yeah.
I love it. You know what I mean? Don't fuck with the car. I love it. And I know what you're saying, and of course it will expand and things will change and develop. But already I'm in love with all the elements.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to have that same Batman suit at the end of the movie?
That's a good question, and I want to say yes.
Yeah. Or is he going to meet his friend Lucius Fox at the
Maybe
end
at
of
the
this
end,
movie?
and then the second one, it's different. I hate when he fast forward things.
Me too.
You know, do you know what, as well? I think the MCU it's so slow in a way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's such a luxury that you don't get with other movies, where you're like, oh, we'll get 10 movies in the next like 5 years.
Then again, Iron Man goes from like, I can call the armor pieces to me, to nanobots.
Yeah, I know.
But you know, it's
true.
It's slow when it wants
to be.
He's in
like 7 movies though at the same time. You know that way.
Totally.
So I mean, like I know there is some jumps, of course, and then all of a sudden he has like force fields and shit like that.
I know, yeah.
And he can make anything out of the nanobots. But he is in like, is it 7, maybe even 9 movies?
Oh yeah, totally.
You know?
I'm just being facetious.
I know. I
But
understand. Where I thought Spider-Man went too quickly.
Yeah, he went from proto to
mega suit
to mega suit to mega
suit,
Infinity War suit,
and then he's kind of reversed a little bit.
He's gone back,
but now he's creating his own shit. Like
I like that he's creating his own shit though.
Me too, but I do think he's only got 2 solo movies himself. You know that way,
and he's got like so many suits. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Where I loved the first suit. I loved when it was just, you know, he just pulls the string and it kind of comes, it like decompresses or whatever.
Yeah, it's cool.
Or compresses, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, it is compressing. I mean, this duct tape is terrifying. That's another note I made. But
I just have punching face on my notes.
He really goes after that, and that stunt, like you can tell it's Robert Pattinson, and that stunt performer sells it so well.
And Robert Pattinson moves well.
He does. He moves well. Those
the
blows.
Impact.
Look
my God,
painful.
I have a concussion after watching it. Like, it was so good. And that was, like, I think I'm just echoing what we said earlier, but our whole thing was like, Robert Pattinson, he's a slighter kind of figure. Yeah. He's not a big buff guy. We really hope he can take a punch and give a punch.
Yeah.
And this answered those questions so well.
I also love, like, I think if you go back, you'll see I talk about, like, I like a Batman at this stage that is unrefined. You know, maybe he gets stuff wrong and everything. Like
he nearly killed a guy there.
Yeah,
like he doesn't even know how to restrain himself.
He goes too far over the line because he's so angry. He's vengeance, as he says, which is so cool. I love the way voice modulator.
That could be so cheesy.
I know, but it's just
not.
It's not. And even when he's stepping onto the crime scene, it's like, he is a presence there, but he's not Batman yet. You know what I mean? People are still kind of going about.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, but like,
is that a leather cape?
He's not Batman on the crime scene yet. He's definitely like, he's got something about him, and he's just this figure of imposing figure, but he's not yet. Like the guys who are facing off against him, being like, "Who are you supposed to be?"
Let's go. There's a guy filming it on his phone.
Exactly. By film 3, those guys will have run away.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like this is. We're just getting there, but I'm excited to see the ride.
It delivered more than I ever expected.
Me too. Is there anything else that needs to be said? There's when he's in. I also like just to talk about him being a bit more green.
Yeah.
He's clearly like brimming with anger the whole time, and at one stage there's a scene of him in the GCPD, and he's clearly just going after someone.
It almost looks like he's about to take on the Room.
Yeah,
and Commissioner Gordon has to be like, "Here, would you fucking chill?"
Like that, and Commissioner
Jeffrey Wright. Oh, he's not Commissioner Gordon. He's just James Gordon.
Jim Gordon has to hold him up against the wall, and it's almost like he's saying to him, "Look, I want to fuck this guy up too, but chill. you got to be smarter about this, you know."
I love Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon or Jim
great.
Gordon. I love that. He's so much.
And to have these older people be like an older Jim Gordon to the young Batman, an Alfred who's young but
youngish,
capable still, who's going to be tinkering with him and all that. I really enjoy that.
He can hold pads for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly. He knows a bit of boxing.
Yeah,
you know?
He's holding the pads. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's
Go
it.
on.
And then
1, 2.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Yeah. He boxed in the Navy or whatever he was in. He was a soldier at some stage, I think. Is there anything else?
We can't endorse this movie anymore. And I'm so glad because we've been up and down on it. We've been like, oh, come on. It's amazing. Like, we've been so hyped. We've been so hyped. And you made a really good point that Jonah Hill, remember a long time ago? It's only like 6 months ago or whatever. Well, maybe a bit longer than that. He was going, like, the rumor was that he had the choice between Riddler or Penguin.
Yeah.
And also the rumor, I don't think this was fully confirmed. That's why I'm saying rumor, but it did seem like it was true that he overpriced himself and wanted 10 million for whichever role he chose. Yeah. And supposedly Robert Pattinson was only getting around 2 million. Mm-hmm. So Warner Brothers balked at that and said, no, we'll take Paul Dano instead. I'm so glad. Like, I love Jonah Hill.
Me too.
I'm so glad that he's not in this movie.
Paul Dano, like, his voice is distorted through most of this trailer.
I need to see more of him. I see more of him.
He still has that presence.
Scary Riddler.
Also, like, all the Riddle stuff, the fact that he
looks like the Diddler. Yeah. If anything. You know what I mean?
He's fucking terrifying is what he is.
He looks like a Diddler.
I don't want someone to come near me with duct tape for the next while. Also, the fact he's unraveling this conspiracy that goes deeper than even Batman or Bruce Wayne. Yeah. Maybe his parents are involved in some way, something like that.
Who knows?
Maybe that's why he's getting so drawn in and emotionally invested in this.
And funny enough, talking about Bruce Wayne, we don't really see Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne in this.
Probably hasn't been shot yet, I would say.
It's weird, isn't it? To think like 25-30%. That's very little when you think about it.
I'm interested to see what this Batman looks like when he's pretending to be Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, yeah. How charismatic, because he looks so sad and so angry that I want to see him as that charismatic, but of course he's just grinning through the sadness and anger, you know? Like, I want to see that.
One of the things one of the cool things I love about Batman is whenever, like, he's this billionaire playboy and then, like, he'll sleep with a random woman and she'll wake up and he'll be sitting on the side of the bed and for some reason he's just covered head to toe in scars.
I know, and she's just like, yeah, that's
she's
Bruce
just
Wayne.
like, she's like, what is it? I love the imagery of that where he's like, he's just gonna pretend he's gonna get with this woman just so people know that he's gotten with this woman. She's gonna wake up and be like, why does this guy have like acid burns all over him?
Christian Bale did that so well.
Yeah.
Remember, he shows up to the restaurant with the two drunk girls and he's pretending to be drunk. I think he's got a Lamborghini that he
ends up in the pool or something.
Yeah, it was not even a pool, but it is to him.
Yeah, he's like, I bought the place.
I really like that, how pretentious and obnoxious he is.
Just the worst guy.
Rachel, who he's after, actually sees him and he's kind of embarrassed that she sees that, but I love that facade. Yeah. I want to see, because Robert Pattinson's such a good looking dude. He could so play a suave billionaire playboy. Also,
he's a chameleon actor at this
stage.
He really is. He's so good.
People need to check out the panel because he's so like Edward Cullen, vampire cool
he's
guy.
Like,
and he's
like, whatever. This is my.
Yeah, I just filmed this movie.
This is just me as Batman. Whatever.
He's so lazy and cool about the whole thing.
But then you hear Matt Reeves talking about it, and it's like Robert loves Batman. Yeah, I
know.
And then you're like,
stop trying to be cool, man.
I kind of like that he's downplaying it as well, though.
Will we move on? I just
want to say a few more things. This is deep cuts, right? And these are predictions, but for the trilogy, maybe some Court of Owls stuff going on.
Maybe.
There's an owl on the card that Riddler leaves, right? And a few other sites have pointed this out, but I noticed it. And there's an owl on the card, and I'm like, imagine like, in my head, I can see the conspiracy starting in this movie, and then Paul Dano getting caught at the end or whatever, and being like, you still don't understand what I was trying to do, and one day you will, and by then it'll be too late, or some line like that. You can hear that, and then by the third movie, the Court of Owls is revealed and everything.
Well, one thing that we missed out on with the Nolan trilogy was the collection of villains.
Yeah.
Now, of course, with Heath Ledger, it's obvious the guy actually died, but also Two-Face passes away in the second movie as well. So we lost Joker and we lost Two-Face, and I know we have Cillian Murphy popping any second he's on screen, but it's a glorified cameo for the next two sequels after Batman Begins.
Yeah.
And when you're saying, no, you don't think a villain will die, I hope they don't die so we get a collection of them. So by the third movie, he's got to fight multiple people and he's got to take down a faction of gangsters.
And, you know, people always say, like, oh, too many villains can ruin a movie. And it's like, well, not if you've built...
too many villains ruin a movie, not a trilogy or a franchise,
exactly. Like, having Paul Dano be sitting in a cell somewhere for the next two movies is so appealing to me.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love that. That's what I'm literally envisioning, is him, like, I can, even if he's not in the second movie.
No.
And in the third movie, we revisit him and he's in prison or he gets out of prison, whatever.
He gets out of prison.
I just hope there is a collection by the end of it.
Have Penguin grow into a crime lord the more we see him. Have Catwoman become this burglar, this real burglar, and then we see people come in like Harvey Dent and things like that. Also, this movie looks like it's going to knock off a lot of the Gotham elite, the top players.
Yeah.
Like a district attorney could die in this, which sets up for Harvey to come in and stuff like that. The mayor might die. Cobblepot could run for mayor. Like, all this other stuff could happen.
Maybe Falcone dies at the end of this.
Yeah, played by John Turturro. Didn't even see him in the movie.
I know.
There's a reference to Maroni's as well, of the drug bust.
He's the type of character I wouldn't mind dying in the first movie.
Also, we spoke about this before, but we should put out our Two-Face casting that we came up with before. Someone who's worked with Matt Reeves before. We think Toby Kebbell should be Two-Face.
Please.
Yeah.
Please. And if not Two-Face, someone. And a villain.
And a villain.
We love him.
Yeah.
He is so good, and he's not in much. And funny enough, if you watch Bloodshot, the Vin Diesel classic,
greatest movie ever put to screen.
He is the only good thing about the whole movie.
He really is. Yeah, and the funny thing is, the good thing about the movie is actually made up in the movie.
Yeah,
which
I
is
know.
It's so stupid. But Toby Kebbell is amazing. He's already worked with Matt Reeves.
As Koba.
Who was the best villain in the Apes franchise.
So good. He's so good.
Yeah. So, and like...
He also just deserves that big role.
He really does.
And he actually played Doctor Doom in Fan Four Stick. That terrible Josh Trank Fantastic Four iteration, but everything was bad about that. Like Miles Teller was terrible in that. Michael B. Jordan was terrible in that. You know,
yeah,
it was just one of those movies.
The tall guy, what's his name? Or short guy, sorry, Kate Mara and the guy she's married
Jamie
to.
Bell.
Jamie Bell. Yeah,
they were everyone was shocking.
That's
in
a
that
talented cast. Yeah,
a great cast.
Yeah,
and he was Doctor Doom. So if anyone goes, just don't watch that movie if you want to see how bad he is.
Watch Black Mirror.
Watch Black Mirror.
Watch Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
He's so good. He's actually even good in he's in the new King Kong.
Yeah.
At Kong Skull Island. He's only in a small bit of it, but he also helped with the motion capture.
Yeah, for Kong.
Because of apes. Planet of the Apes.
He's just, I think he'd be a great addition to this world. He's worked with Matt Reeves before, so if anyone's going to convince him to come back to a superhero franchise, it'll obviously be Matt Reeves.
And also, this movie looks so good that I don't think he needs any convincing. No. He's like, yes, please. Yeah. If anything, he's probably emailing him now going, sequel? I want in.
If Toby Kebbell's in the sequel, we're going to, lose our shit. He's a part of the straight to series fan club that we have of just male actors. Consist exclusively of male actors. Not on purpose. It's just the way the cards have fallen, ladies.
It's just how it is.
It's just the way they've fallen, okay? Maybe...
submit some people you want to some females. Let's not make it gay though. Let's not get females in there.
Yeah, let's not make it gay. Yeah, keep it to the men. Keep it classy.
Yeah.
Although maybe you're one from
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano can
Is
get
that
in
who
there.
you're going for?
Yeah.
She's got the biceps for it.
Maybe she's
got the shoulders for it.
Yeah. Give us one more performance where we love you, Gina, and then you can get in there. It's just
she's got the deadlifting kind of talent that she could hold her own in there. Yeah, I think.
So before we move off, lastly, one more flex. I solved the riddle. Batman, if you need any help solving, if you need a Nightwing casting at any stage, ask me about who to cast. Don't cast me. Obviously not. I wouldn't want me as Nightwing.
I wouldn't want you as Nightwing.
I wouldn't want me in anything. But I'll help you cast it and I'll help you write the character, obviously. But anyway, I solved the riddle. The riddle is what does a liar say when he's dead?
When he's dead.
He doesn't say anything, but he still lies. Get it? Do you get it? Do you
Amazing.
get the riddle?
Amazing. I never would have got that.
Amn't I a genius?
You're so good. Pat yourself on the back there.
I have been. I'm going to have a victory rank when I go home for solving that riddle.
Nice.
Like I wasn't going to have one anyway.
I know, exactly, yeah. But now you're just putting a label on it.
Speaking of masturbation, let's talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh, fantastic. My favourite segue.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So the Snyder Cut, it's got its first trailer.
You know who's excited about it?
Zack Snyder. The panel... Well, it's not even a panel. It's just him talking. It's horrendous.
He has the actors ask him questions from the fans.
Oh, and it's so
really bad.
So at first, the whole Snyder Cut, we weren't on board.
No.
And then you know what? All the stuff came out, and like we kind of heard about the turbulent go of things that Zack Snyder had, and we kind of jumped on the train for a bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I'm still proud of saying like, oh yeah, I want to see his vision completed. But my God, this trailer's awful.
It's an awful
trailer.
trailer.
Just worse than this trailer. the release the Snyder Cut fans' reaction to this trailer.
I know, but
you deserve better.
You do.
You deserve better. What
you
the
really
fuck?
do. But here's the thing.
Where's the truth?
They were never going to react badly to it.
No. You can't.
It's a toxic fandom.
It is so toxic.
And
it's like, please, Zach, tell me how to feel, and I will feel that.
Exactly.
Have your own opinion. Like, come on. Who's it? Darkseid?
Yeah. Awful. To open your trailer,
PlayStation 3 graphics.
It really is. To open your trailer with that is truly terrible. How long is it?
We timed this, right?
Yeah.
So we were going, okay, sure, a lot of the effects aren't finished.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand that. Like, I know that they've only been working on this for, 6 months or whatever.
Yeah. Only.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But clearly, usually what happens is a studio picks out certain elements that they want to use for a trailer early on. I'm sure they want, I'm sure Zack Snyder was like, we need to get Darkseid in there because Darkseid wasn't in Justice League or the Justice League.
Yeah,
so,
very nice.
So I want to, get him in there.
And he teased it recently with a very far off shot.
Very far off, shaky shot.
I wonder why.
I felt like he was just shaking his phone.
Funny enough, I fucking know why. Speaking of phone, by the way, the aspect ratio of this is like it was shot on an iPhone.
What the fuck?
Why are you doing that?
Oh no, it's artistic, right?
I don't think so. I think it's autistic.
Damn, I like it. And true.
You made a point where you gave an example of a trailer shot that they did in a previous movie.
Yeah, in Iron Man 3. Mm-hmm. The film wasn't even finished filming. It was still in production, and the first teaser trailer came out. The whole Malibu mansion shot,
beach house being destroyed
by the Mandarin, where it gets blown to bits. That was in the first trailer, and that looked amazing. And that's because Marvel went, that's gonna be so good. That's gonna pop in a trailer. Let's work on that straight away.
Obviously, yeah.
Even pre-production, probably before it started filming, they were still working on the CGI
before they knew who the Mandarin was.
Exactly. Exactly.
I still don't know who he was.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
we'll find out in the Eternals or Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
But anyway, we timed how long Darkseid is on the screen at the start of this trailer, and it was 4.5 seconds.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that Warner Brothers, HBO Max, and Zack Snyder couldn't have got together and said, let's make him look good for 4.5 seconds.
Well, that's too much time, Ian. Maybe if it was 4 seconds or 3 seconds, they could have done it. But 4.5 seconds,
4.5
too long. Too long.
Is that 0.5?
Too long.
So
Take too long to do that. Take too long.
Like the Darkseid thing was supposed to be the biggest flex of it. I think that it starts with Darkseid, and I think that's the whole thing is like,
I'm too tired. Can't make Darkseid look good. Take too long. I want to go to bed. Okay.
4.5 seconds.
It's awful.
And it's not like a detailed shot. Like all he's doing is throwing an axe. Like
it's a spear.
Or spear, whatever. The Malibu
Steppenwolf has an axe. Okay. Darkseid has a spear.
Does he? Who the fuck is? the whole thing is a shit show.
I know.
Snyder fans or Snyder Cut fans, you deserve way better than this. You do.
And look, if the argument is that the CGI isn't finished, fine. Objectively, the design for Darkseid is terrible, in my opinion. I think he looks awful.
Yeah. But also, it's so unfinished that it's hard to give a true opinion on how bad the design is.
Even the Steppenwolf original design, I'm like, I don't know if it's better or worse.
Also, we only get a flicker of it, really. I thought this trailer was shockingly bad.
Me too.
I think it's kind of, it's limited by the fact that they want to make a point and say all of this trailer, or at least 90% of this trailer, is made up of footage that is not in Justice League,
and footage that you knew existed. That we are showing you now.
But that means that all that footage isn't finished, and the footage that looks amazing is the footage that was in the first trailer. For Justice League when Zack Snyder was still a part of it, like. Cyborg having this big football moment.
Yeah, Aquaman doing the waves crashing and everything.
Yeah, when he's cool as shit with his whiskey and all that.
When he's an alcoholic.
All that's in the first trailer.
Yeah.
Like the first ever trailer that came out way before Joss Whedon got his grubby hands all over.
Also, Zack Snyder said that there isn't a second of Joss Whedon footage or dialogue in his movie.
The movie that he has never watched.
The movie he's never watched. He knows that he's not going to put a single line of dialogue or a single second of that movie in his movie.
And no matter what, there's at least 50%, there's probably more, but there's at least 50% of Zack Snyder's movie in the Justice League.
I mean, look,
you changed, it has to be.
You changed the color grading of the final fight scene. I wouldn't be surprised if that was just Zack Snyder's one, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I will say...
Even though we know it's not, because he's shown like the storyboard of how Darkseid gets defeated.
Yeah.
Or not? Is it no Steppenwolf gets defeated?
Yeah. But even like it's just.
I think though it's shot itself in the foot by having to use footage that that's been alluded to, but we haven't witnessed before, and that's where it gets like so dodgy and why things look terrible. But you gotta look at it like with unfiltered eyes and go, right, that's not working. We have to change this. We have to change that. We got to render some fucking CGI there. Let's get a squad on it, a 24-hour. Surely, with all the money that Warner Brothers have, that they could have just got this fucking graphic design squad in and made Steppenwolf or Darkseid look way better in 24 hours. I actually don't know what the fuck I'm talking about at the same time, but come on, they've all the money in the world.
I know. Also, like, I said masturbatory at the beginning of this because it's a pretentious fucking trailer. Setting it to Hallelujah, which doesn't fit anything in this, by the way. The
contrast is disgusting.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It really makes no sense.
Yeah.
And I love that song.
It's a beautiful song.
But the idea of like rejoicing that the Snyder Cut is here now.
Yeah.
Also the creative decision to not use any dialogue except for the last 10 seconds, and not even.
It's not even good dialogue, though.
It isn't. The whole thing of like, well, he hasn't fought us united, but we seen him fight. I know this is a film where it's going, the Justice League didn't happen.
Yeah.
But it did happen.
It did happen.
And we seen it. So it doesn't have that dialogue. The whole he hasn't fought us united doesn't have the same impact as what it's supposed to have. Also, can we not just agree to that?
Can we not acknowledge it? Also, Avengers did a better twist on that in Infinity War, where Thor's like, he's never fought me before, and Rocket's like, yeah, he has, and he's like, well, he's never fought me twice. You know, like,
so much better.
Like, it's such a more dynamic way, and it just, I don't know, like. I think Zack Snyder thinks he doesn't have to win us over and make us think that this is good. He's just showing
because he's already won.
Because he's already won, and I'm kind of like, no, you still do. Like, you have to make a good film now.
Yeah,
you know?
And I really like Zack Snyder. Like, I know. He really is like a fan. Like, I do. Excuse me. The difference between him and Matt Reeves is I feel like Matt Reeves still respects the limitations of a studio, and like it's not his money, and also he needs to make people happy, you know, like it's not he's making the film for him, but he's also very aware that he's making a film for the millions and millions of Batman fans out there. With Zack Snyder, I feel like he gets a bit closed off and he gets his own vision and he loves that, and it's a bit of a bro science kind of vision where he's like, I know this is cool, but I know what's cooler.
He's a super fan, and he's like, I've read the same things as you guys have, and I like them. Yeah, but mine is better. You know, whereas Matt Reeves,
it's fan fiction. Yeah, it's fan fiction. He looks at the source material and goes, "That's really good. I know how to make it better. Where I feel like Matt Reeves is like, that's really good. I'm going to use elements of this and elements of that and elements of this, and I'm going to respect the character." And I still like Zack Snyder, and I really like Watchmen, 300.
Yeah,
Dawn of not Dawn. What's it?
Dawn of the Dead, isn't it?
Dawn of the Dead. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Like, I love those movies.
By the way, we should talk about what's his next one going to be? Is it Army
of the Dead?
Army of the Dead. Can't wait to see what Tig Notaro's face looks like on Crystalia's
body. If you watch the the Snyder Cut trailer. Where is this confidence going to come from?
Where's this CGI confidence that you're going to take out an entire actor?
She's gonna have a floating head. It's going to look like Bruce Banner in the Hulkbusters suit. Like, what is going on?
Up and down.
That chick really looks like a dude.
Yeah. Why is part of her hair brown and the rest of it black and curly?
And also, Crystalia is like fucking ripped.
Yeah.
Like, huge arms.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. From all the texting he was doing to underage girls.
Whoa. Jesus.
I like Crystalia, but that was a good joke.
That was a great joke. That was a really good joke. Also, we should say that we're so hyped. We watched the trailer, and every time Cyborg came on, we're like, I want to see that.
I can't wait for it. Ray Fisher, when he was talking to Zack Snyder, he was the only one I was like, yeah, Ray Fisher's getting what he deserves, you know?
And I feel like, you know, when Ben Affleck shows up, he's kind of like, what's the script I have to read? Like, I'm sure he likes Zack Snyder. I'm totally convinced that they're mates or whatever, and that he enjoyed working with him. But I do feel like he's going through the motions, and he's like, okay, now I have to endorse this.
Well, I mean, his decision to come back for the Flash would prove us all wrong.
I know that my mind is still blown. Like, it's still blown. It's all over the floor.
We have been saying for the last however long, he's not coming back as Batman.
There's no way.
Why would he? I couldn't. Like, I can't fathom a world in my mind where if I was Ben Affleck, I would come back and be Batman again.
Also, here's the thing. He said it himself. So it's not like we were just doing our own fan fiction or we were reading in between the lines.
Yeah.
If you actually read the lines, he said that, like, he turned to alcoholism and nearly killed him. That role nearly killed him. He was in a depression. His whole... Like, he lost his marriage during that time. And he said that his friends advised him to step away from that role or he might kill himself.
And now he's back.
Now he's coming back. Now, I like to think that that's that beautiful, beautiful flower, Ana de Armas, going, you got this now, bro.
In a slight
Look at
accent.
You. Yeah.
But he does look good.
You got this now, bro. I can't do accents.
He's reading the script, but the two of us, when we were watching Ben Affleck, we were like, damn, he looks good.
He looks handsome.
Yeah, he does.
But Ray Fisher, you're like, I believe every single word he says.
Yeah.
He looks like he has a great relationship with Zack Snyder.
There's pure joy in his face and everything.
I think they collaborated big time on this. It really looks like Ray Fisher was pulled out of like stage plays. You know, he was just a stage actor.
Yeah, Zack Snyder gave him his big break. And by the way, we talked about this before. Like, for all of Zack Snyder's flaws, brilliant at casting.
Amazing at casting. Gal Gadot.
Yeah, is an inspired choice for Wonder Woman.
I think Jason Momoa, a Polynesian actor, the idea that, like, you know, you just look at Polynesians and you're like, oh, they're closer to the earth.
There's a connection.
You get that with Native Americans as well. You're like, oh, they can listen to the earth.
Yeah.
They've got a better vibe when it comes to animals.
That's what I thought when I saw Slipknot. I went, I bet he's close to the earth.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He knows how to tie a rope or two. Yeah.
And then when you look at Jason Momoa, you're like, oh, Aquaman, so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. And then even Batman, Ben Affleck is Batman. You said it was one of your favourite choices, you know?
I think he's well, see, now Robert Pattinson has me conflicted.
I know, yeah. But Robert Pattinson fits that world.
Too.
When you're looking for a comic...
The red label?
Yeah, the red label.
The red label?
High quality red label.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
The cheaper blue label?
Cheaper blue label.
I'll take Ben Affleck all day.
It's like...
and I want him to bring those Ana de Armas vibes and Ana de Armas gains into the Flash movie, the Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Not Flashpoint, but Flashpoint.
Yeah, no.
But Snyder Cut, man.
Yeah.
Snyder Cut trailer.
I'm excited.
Can we all just take those Snyder goggles off?
Yeah.
Can we take those filters off and just look at what's in that trailer and go, bad?
Yeah, I'm excited that we get to hate on the Snyder Cut again, because we've got to be so positive now, and it's nice to feel justified in disliking it, you know, because I'm a bit like
when we watched Tax Collector.
Exactly.
There's David Ayer making another terrible movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's people campaigning for a movie they've never seen before.
Exactly.
And they're convinced 100% that
it's better.
It's better and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted to say before we get past the Snyder Cut is that it was confirmed there's 4 1-hour-long episodes. Now, that actually makes me excited. I think it's way more digestible, but it also equals Zack Snyder failed as a director.
Yeah, you failed as a director. Oh, I'm sorry. Your movie was 4 hours long
4
initially.
hours.
The Snyder Cut is 4 hours long.
The best way to view this is episodically, in 4 parts, but this was supposed to be released in a cinema.
Yeah.
4 hours long, $250 million budget. How many times can you show a 4 hour long movie in a cinema? Not as many times as a 2 hour long movie.
Exactly. Now,
not that I think it should be a 2 hour long movie. It should be 2.5 hours long.
Play the devil's advocate, right?
Go ahead.
It was meant to be 2 movies, technically speaking, but he never started shooting the second movie.
Yeah, no, like that's another movie again.
Yeah, I know. So 4 hours for this one movie. And by the way,
that's crazy.
It's far too it's unbelievable.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
When the meetings where the Warner Brothers are like, right, Zach, now, you know, Batman vs Superman, it was a failure. Like, it didn't make us enough money.
Yeah.
Critically,
whatever. Yeah,
it didn't do great. We need to adjust. We need to adjust a little bit. And you know, he's like,
yeah,
no. Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Those notes, yeah.
Can I go now?
Yeah, exactly.
Can I go? Am I finished?
Can I get my $250 million so I can make a movie that you don't want?
I gotta go, like, do costumes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, but this is your day off. This is Sunday. Like, you're not working today. He's like, no, I gotta go do stuff. So can I leave now? You didn't take any notes, Zach.
I know.
I don't need to take notes.
It's all up here. I got it. I'd love to know what happened. Like, what happened? Because no studio just gives a director $250 million. And no director, you would think, would go, thanks for all that money. Now I'm just going to ignore every suggestion you made. How are we here?
I know.
How are we actually here? And then you hear of, like, directors like David Ayer, where he had the leash on all the time, Warner Brothers were just over his shoulder going, well, you fix that and fix this. How did he make a 4-hour-long movie?
Yeah, I know. It's insane. But, like, and people are like, well, look, all we want is for him to get the opportunity to show his original vision. Yeah. Well, look, if his original vision is 4 hours long, it should never have been made in the first place.
He failed. As a director.
He failed as a director.
Yeah.
And...
like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. We have also predicted exactly what each hour is going to be.
Well, you did, and I think you nailed it.
I think I have it down. First hour, setup. So, getting mother boxes, all that stuff.
It's a lot of setup, isn't it? It's going to be a full hour.
It is. That bank robbery scene is going to be an extra 5 minutes long. Yeah, Wonder Woman. Woohoo! Charles Dance is going to be a named character.
We're going to see Ezra Miller meet Iris West as well.
And everything. Yeah. Probably visit Dr. Manhattan in prison.
Now, all of that, I still can't wait for Cyborg, because we get to see how Cyborg... almost died in a car crash where his mother died, and supposedly Cyborg... Actually, it's funny that we never seen any trace of that car scene.
Yeah.
Because supposedly, like, it was shot.
Yeah.
So Cyborg, he causes the crash because he's angry that his dad didn't come to see his football
game, yeah.
So, again, it's all the Cyborg stuff I cannot wait for.
I wouldn't be surprised if the first hour ends with Silas Stone's death. That would be his dad. And that
looks so cool.
It does. That's
one of the things, again, that popped on the trailer. I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to that. Even though the CGI still looks unfinished.
Yeah, but
especially Cyborg, you see him in that scene and you're like, what's his body doing?
Yeah.
It's floating again. His head's floating. Where's it going?
It's not finished, but I'm excited for the story elements around it. Yeah. So anyway, that's going to be the first hour. Then the second hour, Superman's revived. And they have a fight.
He's not happy.
First fight with Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
Goes not great.
No.
Then Superman revived. Also goes not great.
Yeah.
Third part, nightmare. So the future all that stuff. It's going to be like the future Batman, future Wonder Woman. They see the Justice League. Oh, actually,
Superman's going to be the bad guy in that.
Superman
remember?
Because
Lois Lane is dead. Or at least that's what was kind of hinted at.
And then we're going to get, the scene of the Flash going back, warning all this stuff.
Bruce.
Because even Zack Snyder talks about that. He's like, the Flash is powerful. He's got like quantum ability. He can do stuff with his speed. And I was like...
Can't hear you over your masturbation there, Zach.
He's like... It was so cringy watching him talk about that, because
really was.
I was like, we all know the Flash is going to run back in time. Stop pretending.
It wouldn't be as cringy if I didn't see the trailer, I must say.
Yeah.
The trailer made me more cringe at it, because then I'm like, oh, okay. I know what we're dealing with now.
He's trying to be coy, but everyone who's watching that segment knows what the Snyder Cut's about. You haven't won over any new fans with this trailer.
I know.
It's all the people who already know all the stuff that's going to be in this movie. So you being like, he's attached to quantum stuff. He can do a lot of stuff. He can run.
Dropping knowledge bombs slightly here.
He can run really fast, and everyone's like, we know he runs through time. Okay. We know. So that's third act, and then fourth act, Black Suit Superman. All the final battle.
It's going to be an hour-long battle.
We've seen
knowing Zack Snyder, it's going to be a full hour.
And we've seen the final shot.
CGI craziness. Yeah. And then the trailer ends with what looks like the final shot of the entire movie.
Yeah, right before they all get in the plane. Except maybe Superman, because he can fly. Or maybe he just wants to be in the plane.
He's a team player, man. He's a team player. He just wants to hang out and make friends. So, we take our endorsement back. No, I still want to see it, but I'm just saying, can we just call a turd?
Yeah, can we just... I just want people to be objective about it,
Exactly. Just because I want it to be good. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I hate when you say something bad about a movie and they're like, oh, you're just hating on it. No, you tell me I don't want to see Ben Affleck kick ass. You tell me I don't want to see Superman in the black suit. I seen when Zack Snyder, he teased the whole black suit thing there, where he released a little, again, looks like it was on some fucking camera phone. It was shit, but he released on, I think it was on his Twitter or his Vimeo.
He loves Vimeo.
The only person who uses Vimeo.
Yeah. Him and all the Snyder Cut
They
fans.
pay all his bills. He released a little snippet of a scene where Superman, he arrives at
Alfred.
He talks to Alfred and he's in the black suit. Loads of people were tweeting going, boom, mic drop, there, it's amazing. I'm like, what? The suit looks cool.
Yeah, I like the suit. That's pretty cool.
You tell me this 4-hour-long movie is great because of this one scene that has like no dialogue.
But that's it. Like, for them, this is a victory.
Like, what the fuck?
This is a victory if they just get to see the stuff they talk about. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to make sense for them.
Yeah.
And this is what is so baffling.
And it's so weird how vindicated they feel then.
Yeah.
Like this trailer, I'd be like the opposite. I'd go, oh fuck, I've been fighting in this corner. Like if the Batman trailer was terrible, I'd be like,
it was bad. Yeah.
We've been fighting in this in Batman's corner for so long, and Robert Pattinson's corner for so long. That's how we felt when he came out with the whole diet stuff, and he was saying he wasn't really working out. And we're like, Bobby Patts, give us a break. We've been loving everything about your iteration of this, and then you blast us with that.
Yeah, blast us in the ass.
Blast us
we're
right
getting
in the ass.
blasted in the ass by
With
Zack Snyder.
Snyder.
We're getting blasted in the ass over here by Bobby Patts. I'm enjoying one more, but still, I'm not.
Oh yeah, big time.
You know, yeah, it's just I want
call a spade a spade.
Yeah, let's call it spade a spade. Look,
just look at the trailer.
I imagine this is going to be like what Stranger Things season 3 was for me, where 2 out of the 3 stories I was enjoying, and then the other one I couldn't give a shit about. Wanted it to be over. Wanted to get back to the other stuff.
See, I'd reverse that. I think there's going to be 1 out of the 3.
That's what I was about to say.
Okay.
I think it's just going to be the cyborg stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
The first one is going to be basically what we've already seen, except more cyborg, which will be fun. The second one will probably be the weakest, I would say, with Superman coming back, or the fourth one, the final battle.
I think the fourth one could be a mess. It could be so messy, and I don't think they have enough budget. Even though now it was reported 30 million is what Warner Brothers and HBO Max are giving it. Then I read an interview by some CEO or some executive producer was saying here it's going to cost way more than 30 million, which I like the sound of because it sounds like they're actually giving it more money. Now you watch the trailer, you go, oh no, they put around 30 quid into it. But I do think that no matter what, they're not going to give it enough money to make the last episode look as good as it should be.
The Nightmare stuff will be fun. I'm interested to see the characters redesigned that way.
I'm interested in the whole thing in a way because I'm always going to be a Superman and Batman and Flash fan and Aquaman.
DC's my favourite of the two. Always has been. Yeah. I love all those characters.
Just they're not helping you, are they?
No.
Maybe the Red Label will help a bit.
Red Label will help me. Give me a Dick Grayson in the Red Label and I'll be very happy boy. Very, very happy boy.
Will we move on though?
Yeah, we should move on.
We're getting down in the dumps here.
We are, but we should talk about something happy. Like, what are we excited about? What really tickled our fancy?
Hoops.
Will we talk about that for a bit to get off DC?
We'll just jump in for a second.
Yeah.
It's fine because it's going to be it's a short, tiny review.
Yeah, Hoops is the new Jake Johnson basketball animated show that came to Netflix.
Jake Johnson.
Yeah.
Charisma
powerhouse.
Charisma.
Yeah, I know.
Beautiful man. What's it like supporting the
flying the flag for the average man?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Except he's got charisma for days. He's a funny dude. Like
I see him in a trailer with a female actress. I wonder who she's gonna get with.
Yeah.
You know,
because he's so accessible.
He really is.
He's just there.
He's just
so take a slice.
We've both watched New Girl, and he is the only one who stays consistently.
Episode 1 to the final episode.
He's
great.
Consistently charismatic, consistently funny.
Funny enough, Zooey Deschanel by the 3rd season is one of the weakest elements of it.
The guy who grows the most is the guy who plays Winston, whose name I'm forgetting.
I don't know his name. He's also in Bloodshot.
He is in Bloodshot.
Sadly, that's his big break, in Hollywood.
Night. He's good in Game Night.
He's fantastic in Game Night, and he does a very good Denzel Washington
impression. Yeah. What a great twist, by the way, that's not Denzel Washington. I love that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So funny. Great movie.
It is a great movie. Very
and
underrated
those guys, movie. The duo that directed that were supposed to do the Flash movie at one point. They were.
John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein.
Nice.
Lamorne Morris, that's his name. He's awesome. He is awesome.
He's brilliant.
On the IMDb. I didn't just remember that. But Hoops is the new Jake Johnson show. And we've illustrated just there. We love Jake Johnson. He's on the board of sexy men that we love, you know?
Oh, big time. And one thing that I would say is now after watching the Michael Jordan documentary,
The Last
Dance, I have a deep respect for the sport of basketball, and I understand the sport of basketball further than Space Jam now.
I understand it implicitly.
So when this actually arrived on Netflix, I was like, okay, Jake Johnson, and my new favorite sport, basketball.
This could be great.
I'm in. It turns out that it's just profanity.
Yeah.
That's kind of its sense of humor is like, hey, I'm saying a word that I shouldn't say. Isn't that funny?
Jake Johnson is always delivering his lines like this the whole fucking movie.
It sounds like it was an exhausting experience for him in the studio, just shouting bad
constant
words.
profanity.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
And now there's one or two laughs in it, but mostly it's kind of terrible.
It really wasn't like.
You're wasting his time.
Yeah, you're
that beautiful man's time.
I don't know what gun was being held to his head to be in this series, but my God, Jake, you got to get away from this.
Rob Riggle's in it, by the way. He's his dad.
Rob Riggle's his dad. I didn't even recognize him.
I didn't recognize him, and then I seen the credit, and I was like, "Who's Rob Riggle?" And I was like, "What man had that deep, amazing voice?" And I was like, "It has to be his dad," and then it was his dad.
Ron Funches is his good friend. Ron Funches is good as well. He's in a lot of stuff. Natasha Leggero. I wonder who she's playing in it. Is she the prostitute?
Maybe.
First episode. As Shannon. Oh no, she's the estranged wife.
Oh yeah.
That's terrible that I assumed she was a prostitute. Anyway, yeah, it's just not great. Like,
it's not great.
I wouldn't recommend it.
We're huge fans of Jake Johnson.
If you like Paradise PD, maybe you'll like this.
Maybe, yeah. I would thought that actually when I was watching it, and I will say I do like the animation style, except for the eyebrows.
The eyebrows really distracted me. I thought it was just one character had them like that. No, it's all of them. I didn't
these
like
big, massive, squiggly caterpillars on their foreheads. Sadly, I watched 2 episodes, and that was enough. I think the second episode really took it out of me, where I was going, come on, Jake, you're better than this.
I got 1.5, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, and
it's even exhausting to listen to because he's so up there all the time.
Oh man, each episode feels like half an hour. That's why I couldn't sit through Space Force, because the episodes felt so long, and nothing was happening that was funny or entertaining. At least in Paradise PD, it would go so far out there that it kept me with the show, you know?
Paradise PD is crazy. Like, I don't think it's great.
No, I wasn't laughing, but I was like, where the fuck is this going,
yeah,
you know?
I know.
Sorry, you were going to say something there.
I was going to say this also suffers from the non-limitations of Netflix. Like, if you look at the runtime, the episodes change. Like, there'll be 22 minutes, which is what it always should be for an animated show like this. Yeah. But then there'll be one that's 28 minutes long, then 26 minutes long. Yeah. And I understand for certain TV shows that can be great. But for something like this, you really need those limitations. You need the 22-minute or 21-minute long episodes, like The Office. The American Office is just great all the way through. You can imagine all the great stuff that's on the editing floor. But like, fuck it, it means that it's consistent all the time.
I've watched some like blooper or like stuff that was cut out from episodes. It's amazing, like the amount of stuff that's been cut out, and it's still good TV.
Pure gold comes from Steve Carell.
All
just
the time,
ad-libbing. Yeah, just he's just so good.
Oh, we should watch that new movie that came out with him, the Candidate or something, or Irresistible.
Irresistible. Yeah, is that what it's called? Yeah. I read bad things about it.
Me too. Jon Stewart as well, who I like.
Yeah, it kind of ruined it for me a bit. The hype was gone.
The woman, I can't think of her name now. It's terrible that I call her the woman. Sorry. She's from Neighbours, Bad Neighbours. She's like the opposite in the movie.
Is it Rose Byrne?
Rose Byrne. That's
great.
it. Yeah.
Love Rose Byrne.
Love Rose Byrne too. Very funny lady. Very, very funny lady. Yeah, also, I thought the principal sounded like the impression Dennis does of CCH Pounder. I thought it was CCH Pounder. I see now it's not. I don't know if I'm racist for assuming that. It's just the character sounded similar to me.
Either way, we're not on the hoops train.
Unfortunately not.
It was a pain in the hoop to watch.
I'm still on the Jake Johnson train though.
I'll never get off that train.
Me neither. And
I wish he'd invite me on that train.
I think
all aboard.
I'd like to hang out with Jake Johnson because he wouldn't make you do much, you know.
Well, we don't know what he's really like.
Well, he says,
actually no. In interviews, he's such a cool fucking dude.
He's a cool dude, but also he's like, Nick started wearing more tracksuits and less like jeans and stuff because I came to set wearing less jeans.
I love that.
And I'm like, if that's the type of dude
such
he
an
is,
average Joe. I love it.
He's great. And again, just a charisma fountain.
So
much charisma.
I just get a bit on me, spray me a bit.
Yeah, I feel like I'd learn so much from just hanging out with him for one day. Yeah. Just look at how he interacts with the normal world.
I go, I wish I was like that.
I wish I was like that.
I'll never be like that.
I'll never be like I'll never be as good as you, Jake.
That was a fun little.
That was a nice little aside.
And I'm glad that you watched it too, because I was just watching there with my mate and struggled through it.
Yeah, me too.
And he's a huge fan of Jake Johnson too, and he didn't know who Jake Johnson was, so I slapped him a few times and then educated him. I was like, I went straight for I think Jurassic World because it's his biggest movie.
He's awesome in that.
He is so good in that. When he tries to kiss your one,
she's
from the wrong Missy.
Yeah,
she's hilarious.
She is hilarious. Why wasn't he brought back instead of those two loser characters in the last?
Fuck those guys.
And they're
Seriously.
coming back, and
But
he's not.
No, he is.
Is he?
Supposedly he's
Thank
coming
fuck.
back to Jurassic World
Thank
Dominion.
fuck.
I know,
Oh,
but you know
man.
he's not going to have as much screen time as those two fucking losers.
Have him with Jeff Goldblum. That's an interaction I want to see.
I'm getting hot just thinking about that.
Also, he's like Peter B. Parker, which was one of the best parts of Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Like
if he's not in the sequel, I'm gonna fuck up the place.
by the way,
I'm gonna flip some tables.
that's what's kind of crazy about this Hoops show. Because in Peter B. Parker is animated and his charisma comes through so much, and yet in Hoops it's nothing.
It's literally the opposite though. He's always downplaying it. He's eating burgers. He's lazy. He's sad. He plays that character so well. He shouldn't be at 11 all the time screaming into a microphone and just pure profanity. Like as if if I say a bad word, that's funny, right? Because kids shouldn't say bad words, so that means it's funny, right?
Speaking of
Lowbrow humor,
kids saying bad words, I watched Good Boys recently. Pleasantly surprised at how good it was.
I read good reviews about that.
You should watch Booksmart as well. Those two movies I recommend you watching, especially now because Olivia Wilde might be directing a Marvel movie, Spider-Woman potentially.
Yeah,
Snuck that bit of news in there. We didn't discuss that earlier.
Well, Sony movie, Sony Marvel.
Movies,
There's a
Sony
difference.
Marvel,
Same with Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, potentially
JC Chandler.
JC.
Yes, I fucking remembered his name. Boom.
I just
Bit
gave
of
you
co-
somebody.
there,
You can't say that. Virus that can't be named.
That shall not be named.
We'll bleep that out.
Bleep.
Yeah, you can put Fat Diesel over that.
Fat Diesel, yeah. It always works.
Always
Beautiful.
works. There he is. And now he's gone. Okay, we should talk about the Suicide Squad next to keep this positivity's train running.
Yeah, James Gunn.
James Gunn.
Sadly, now I'm a bit hot and bothered about this.
James, I'm a bit annoyed at you, man, okay? We stuck through you to the whole tweets thing. We were like, James, leave our friend James alone.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything. He's spoken to you multiple times,
Actually did speak to me through Twitter.
Yeah.
Which I will. That's on my CV now,
Yeah, it should be.
It should be, yeah. It's on the top. It's actually on the
It's
top.
on my CV because I'll just be like, well, it was me who was talking to him.
Yeah,
Because
hey, we share the same
Twitter
Twitter handle,
account,
so-
even though I don't know the password. I can't get into our Twitter. I'm supposed to be tweeting and I can't even get in.
So one thing that annoyed me about the Suicide Squad trailer is it's not a trailer, but yet it finished filming months and months ago.
Yeah.
And it comes out before the Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I loved what I seen, and we'll get into that. But still, give me a bit more. Their trailer is one of those amalgamations of cast interviews, shots of behind the scenes of them shooting the movie, and some footage as well.
The behind the scenes shot looks like there's enough there to create a trailer. That's
Because there is.
There is.
It's in post-production something like 5 months now.
But then they're talking about it and they're like, it's like a 70s war film with the Suicide Squad. And I'm like, how much post-production is in this? What is happening in this movie?
Give me some context of what you're saying.
Why does Pete Davidson look so cool?
Why does he look so cool?
I like it.
I think he slaps someone with his massive penis.
Definitely.
He better.
Yeah,
He better.
Definitely. It's Matt.
It
It's
looks
exciting.
fun. It looks so much better. Who is it? Is it
David Dalsmauschen.
Sure. The guy in Ant-Man and The Dark Knight.
Yeah. And Prisoners.
And he's Polka Dot Man in
Polka
this.
Dot Man.
He just looks at the camera and goes, James Gunn is the only guy, or the perfect person.
To direct
to direct the Suicide Squad. And I'm like, David Ayer, hold my fucking beer.
Hold my fucking beer.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And release the Schumacher cut.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that they have that in the trailer. That's DC kicking him and right in the balls. Isn't it? Sneaky kicking the balls right there.
Every time someone tweets about the David Ayer cut, someone has to send a GIF of David Dalsmauschen just saying that every single time.
Please.
Every single time. That is now the designated response to anyone who talks about the Ayer cut. Just don't even put anything in the text. Just send a GIF. Just boom. Just drop that right there and then just send.
And tag David Ayer.
Yeah, tag David Ayer and that's it.
Also, David Ayer, you owe me 96 minutes of my life back after watching Tax Collector.
Yeah,
I'm still not over it. I got post-traumatic stress over that.
Yeah, after watching that best upcoming actor Bobby Soto ruin my life for 96 minutes.
Bobby Soso.
I'll
never get over that.
No,
I'm not talking to him.
No,
he keeps texting me. I'm not talking to him.
Yeah, don't. He wants to be on the show. We won't let him.
Oh, we won't. Yeah. Fuck that. Don't bring us down in your shit.
Exactly. I'd have to pretend I liked his movie and that. I just can't do that.
I'm not good enough an actor.
I'd just be like, what's it like to work with Shia?
Yeah. Tell me more about Shia. Is he like that in person?
Was he really doing the diet?
Yeah.
How did he look shirtless?
Yeah. Oh, tell me, please.
Yeah.
The Suicide Squad, though, I'm so hyped.
Me too. Can we pull up the character list now that we have it? Because like, there's so much beautiful comic book imagery in it, where like
The suits as well.
they're leaning into the 80s like weird suit designs,
or the 70s from the sounds of it.
Yeah, and I love it. The poster as well.
Oh, the poster. And then there's another poster that just got released with all the character names on it as well. Oh, it's popping.
It's popping.
And I'm popping.
Me too. I'm popping off. I like this.
It's all popping
It's
off
all
now.
popping off, baby.
DC Fandome was a success, by the way.
Yeah, it
if
was.
you can't tell.
Yeah, we loved it.
It kind of, you know what, as well?
Yeah.
DC Fandome went, Comic-Con hold my beer, because Comic-Con, the whole YouTube Comic-Con was a disaster.
It was.
It was really bad.
No one watched it.
And yet DC Fandome was not live.
No.
This was all pre-recorded, and they nailed it. They actually nailed it. They should do this every year.
It was awesome. I'm just reading here, sorry.
Yeah.
Just for the character's name. On Wikipedia, Idris Elba as Robert Dubois Bloodsport, a convicted felon serving time in prison for shooting Superman with a bullet made of kryptonite.
I read that last night, actually.
That's fucking cool.
Because I had no idea who Bloodsport was.
Neither did I.
I thought he was going to be, what was it, the
Bronze
Vigilante
Tiger.
or Bronze Tiger?
Yeah.
And now he's neither.
By the way, we should say before we start this, there's only one character who's not dying in this movie, and that's Harley Quinn. Everyone
well,
else
who's guaranteed to not die.
Guaranteed to not die.
If they kill Jay Courtney, I'm gonna be fucking pissed, because I think his character was great in the Air Cut.
Yeah.
Or not the Air Cut, but
the Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Yeah. If he's ever gonna blossom into the beautiful unicorn-loving flower that he is, it's gonna be in James Gunn's.
This beer-swigging, unicorn-loving flower that he is.
I love that James Gunn is like, all these characters have good attributes, and he's like, well, most of them, some of them are just
pure
shit through and through, and I love that.
Just bad people.
John Cena as Peacemaker, douchey Captain America.
Douchey Captain America. Oh my god, I want it. Give me it now.
Self-described douchey Captain America.
And how douchey is his costume?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's so good. And if you ever listen to John Cena in an interview, he is that douchebag.
Yeah.
He really is. He is really like one of those guys who's like, perseverance,
Yeah. I mean, but that's his character as well, that's
But that's him in real life as well. He's all about like the positive vibes and like fit fam and all like that.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna nail that so much. I don't even think he needs to act.
For a guy though who is like that in real life, he has a good sense of humor about himself as well, which
he'll embrace it.
Again lends to this whole thing.
And then you put someone like James Gunn, you give him the pen for the dialogue of a character like that. It's all popping off.
We're thinking like his Peacemaker, and James Gunn describes him as the man who will literally do anything for peace. And we're like, is he going to try and like do the self-sacrifice thing throughout this whole movie?
Even when it's unneeded?
Even when it's completely unnecessary.
It's okay, guys. I got this. Like,
all of you need to go. I'll look after you. But like,
you don't need to do that.
That's what me, idiot Connor, comes up with. Like, what James Gunn has is probably 10 times better. Yeah.
The possibilities are endless with him.
I feel like as Snyder Cut fan, I'm sucking James Gunn's dick so much, but he hasn't let me down.
No, he really hasn't.
I need to watch Sliver as well, by the way. And
I've never seen that, but Super's great. Super's so fun. Rainn Wilson, Ellen Page, such a fun. Shut up, crime. That's his catchphrase. He's going around with a wrench and just smacking people around. And Michael Rooker's in it because obviously
he's in it. Joel Kinnaman is Rick Flag.
Pops all of a sudden. He was a cardboard cutout.
I know.
In David Ayer's Suicide Squad.
Also, he looks like he could give John Cena a run for his money in big chests in this movie. In that yellow top.
He's a glorious man.
He looks big.
I love Joel Kinnaman.
Jai Courtney, obviously, we've already said is going to be. He's
such high hopes.
Yeah. Peter Capaldi is the Thinker. That's going to be cool. I mean, I love Peter Capaldi. He's a great actor.
Nathan Fillion. Give me it, please. Give me arms fall
off, boy. Yeah.
He could die.
But
I don't want him to die. I want to see him throwing arms at people.
I love the idea that as arm fall off boy, him and Polka Dot Man are probably going to be the MVPs of this.
Yeah. I think Polka Dot Man is going to fucking pop like big time.
Me too. He's going to turns out he's like the most powerful of them all.
Yeah.
David Dasmalchian. I think I'm getting that.
Sure. I don't want to even touch it. Taika Waititi, we're thinking
King Shark.
It's King Shark.
King Shark.
Because Korg, King Shark. That kind of aggressive image, and then to have that amazing New Zealand accent and like the kind of fun vibes that he gives off.
Also, like, he's the only character in the character intro thing that doesn't have an actor's name attached to him. It just gives a big little thumbs up, and I'm like, that's Taika. That's so Taika right there, isn't it?
Please.
Or maybe it's just a misdirect. Who fucking knows?
Who knows? Sean Gunn?
Sean Gunn
gets his moment again.
He gets his comeback as Weasel. I love it. Weasel looks hilarious.
He looks so good. He looks like Rocket strung out on heroin.
Yeah, and I don't want him to die either.
No, I don't think he'll die.
No,
there's no way he's dying. And I hope Sean Gunn actually has a live action role as well, like something small.
Yeah,
like Kraglin,
I love Kraglin. Now,
me too. In Guardians, like
he's
big time.
So good. Who else? Who have we not talked about? Michael Rooker's is Savant.
Looks crazy.
Looks weird and really comic accurate, which is cool.
Yes.
Steve Agee is the motion capture for King Shark. Okay. Who was the Soul Soldado or something? She was up there. Alicia Brigg is Sol Soria, South American revolutionary and an ally. All right, whatever. I think
obviously
there's more.
Viola Davis is back
Viola
well.
Davis, Margot Robbie. You already know those two though. Storm Reed as Bloodsport's teenage daughter. Okay. Danielle Melchior as Ratcatcher. Daniela, excuse me. Who else?
I think they're all the big names though.
Oh, Flula Borg is a javelin guy.
He could die.
He could die.
He could die.
But
I'd be fine with him dying.
He pops in the behind the scenes interview as well.
He looks so hyped about the whole thing.
He's a fun guy.
This movie though, it's. Let me see exactly when it finished filming, because I really thought we'd get a trailer for it, especially since we got the Batman trailer. Oh, I just want it. I want it so badly.
Principal photography began
wrapped in February, and so it wrapped this year. So principal photography wrapped in the end of February of this year, and James Gunn confirmed that because they had already foreseen the pandemic shutting down everything, DC and Warner Brothers set up an editing bay in his house, and also obviously in the editor's house, whoever's editing it. So I'm sure like they just talk back and forth all the time over Zoom or whatever. So they have been editing this for months and months. So there's definitely there's a trailer there.
He also said that this film has not been affected by the virus. So I'm like, why have we not seen a proper trailer yet?
It's crazy.
It's weird. Maybe he's just playing his cards really close to the chest.
Or maybe DC just didn't want to show everything, all the cards. Like they kind of need it. Because, see, the thing is with this, with DC Fandome...
Oh, it's been split in two.
Yeah, it has been split in two. But now it looks like... I don't think we're getting the Suicide Squad trailer. But maybe we will.
But here's the thing. What else is there to show? You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing else really to get hyped for. Maybe if they say... we're going to actually show a trailer in the second one, it might be something different, you know?
And I'll show up for it then. Where the likes of Shazam 2, we got a title, but we don't have anything more than that because of the virus that shall not be named, it's not in production. And the same with the Black Adam movie. It's not in production. Now, we actually got a pretty sweet Black Adam tease, though.
We did.
Which I appreciated.
Yeah, we got The Rock. He shows off the concept art for the costume.
He narrates the kind of the birth of Black Adam,
the basic
really.
Plot of what they're going through,
or his origin.
His origin.
And we hope that his origin is in the movie because he's a slave that then gets power and makes people pay. And it's a cool backstory. It's a cool origin story. So we were even saying that it would be... I doubt this is going to happen, but it'd be so cool if... the first movie took place in the past.
I know, but it won't now, because even in this they talk about the Justice Society and you see him in the future.
And Hawkman's going to be in it.
Hawkman, Atom Smasher, who's Noah Centineo, which we already knew.
No, it's Edge. The rest are Edge.
Sorry, the rest.
Have you not seen the Flash CW TV series?
Flash season 7 trailer as well, by the way, if anyone cares.
Oh, Jesus. We don't. We watched it.
Yeah, we did. It's awful. We don't understand what's happening at this stage in the Flash, and we don't care.
But I don't know if I was still watching it.
Yeah,
I still feel like it just bounced off my head.
Yeah, me too.
Not get in there.
There's so many.
There's 2 Iris Wests.
Yeah.
Let's not even get into it.
Let's not even get into
it. It's a shit show.
Noah Centineo is Atom Smasher, and then you have Dr. Fate. Awesome. Love Dr. Fate.
You told me that he is pretty much Doctor Strange.
He's
in DC.
DC's Doctor Strange, except he's got like links to Egyptian god Nobu is the spirit, and it's in a helmet, and whoever puts on the helmet becomes Dr. Fate.
Apocalypse from X-Men kind of had a bit of that Egyptian vibe going on as well. Yeah,
that's why he has.
And that was great.
Yeah, that was amazing. Played by a great actor as well.
I know. Yeah, and you're not actually being sarcastic about that. Oscar Isaac.
And who was the last one? Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Cyclone.
Oh yeah, you're
Cyclone.
right. Yeah.
I didn't know who that character was.
No, me either.
The other three I knew, but I don't know who Cyclone is.
Hawkman was the only one I knew.
Yeah.
And yeah, we should say Shazam 2 is going to be called Fury of the Gods.
Fury of the Gods.
Cool as fuck.
Cool name.
Almost makes no sense though for Shazam because it's so friendly.
Yeah.
But I love the name.
Yeah.
I love the name so much.
I'm excited for that too. And, you know, the Black Adam thing, we were saying, like, the tagline they have for it. I said it first. It's such a good tagline.
Give me the t-shirt.
Yeah. I want the
Give
t-shirt.
me the t-shirt.
The t-shirt with the lightning and everything.
Yes.
And I like the capeless design that maybe will morph into a caped design in the future.
The Rock's going to wear that suit so well.
Yeah.
It's going to look amazing.
I want to see some footage.
I want to see him standing next to Zachary Levi.
Yeah. I want to see him hit people despite being able to shoot lightning and
yeah,
shit like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like, put those biceps to work.
Exactly. Yeah. And
he's a great man.
I don't think he's going to be sharing his power with his 7 siblings.
No.
Yeah, I want to see how...
Maybe 7 jacked up muscle heads and they all combine into The Rock.
It's just Roman Reigns again. Playing his brother
He'd
again.
so get in there. He so would.
What was I going to say? I just hope that, like, they really lean into the fact that Black Adam isn't a great guy. Like,
I know, because he's going to be an anti-hero, isn't he?
Like,
I don't want him to be an anti-hero.
I don't want him to
I want to be a bad guy.
Yeah, just be bad.
Because he's The Rock, and The Rock is... I know The Rock is some big, muscly dude, bald-headed, like, badass.
And sure, he can play, like, brass characters who are a bit assholey, but
he's always the kind of guy who's like, hey, let's make it more PG. Like himself. I've heard him talking about, like, the Rampage, and he wanted a happier ending and all like that. So I have a feeling as well that he might lean into the anti-hero side of things.
I really hope so.
No, but I don't want him to be... I want him to be a bad guy.
Oh, sorry, yeah. That's what
I think The Rock's going to be like, no, I need to be a hero.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I want to be a hero. I don't want that.
Look,
because he's so scary.
I know.
He's such a physical specimen.
Like, I like the idea of being on the side of a slave who's been downtrodden, trying to save his people, and then by the end of the movie,
he's worse than the people that enslaved him.
But in the same,
or just as bad.
But in his head, it makes sense to him.
Yes.
You know? Like, I don't want him to be redeemed at the end.
No, not at all. Because I want to see him then go up against Shazam.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the problem is Shazam is a certain type. It has a certain tone. Black Adam looks like it's a million miles away in tone. And I like that, though.
Yeah.
But it's going to be weird merging the two.
It is. But that's why we need him to be a villain. In fairness, Shazam had some dark moments. When Savannah murders all those people in that boardroom.
No, that's nice.
Is it? That's nice.
No, that was pretty...
When he kills Lionel Luthor.
They kind of look so claymation, like, I don't know. They didn't scare me.
Yeah. The Rock would just shoot them all with lightning.
Yeah, or just rock bottom them and then people's elbow.
His people's elbow.
Slap them with an eyebrow.
The Kondak elbow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else is there to talk about? We kind of touched on the concept art for Flash with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, we were saying that obviously Ben Affleck is back.
Ben Affleck is back,
and the suit. Ana de Armas on his arm.
Yeah, and the new suit has been designed by Batman. They don't say which Batman.
Oh,
also, in the concept art, I knew just by the way he was standing, it was Michael Keaton, which is cool.
But we have problems with the Flashpoint movie.
Yeah.
Because it's not the Flashpoint movie.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're moving on to Flashpoint. I just kind of jumped straight in there, but
no, it's fine.
Yeah,
I think we've been talking about everything.
Yeah.
DC Fandome was a success.
It was.
Listen to the excitement in our voices.
I know.
I didn't think it was going to be as good. I must say.
Me too. We were worried about the pre-production and everything.
Because it was pre-recorded, it did seem kind of stale to me. But it didn't end like it seemed stale from the outside. Then we got a trailer, and I remember you texting me going, "I'm a bit embarrassed," but like the trailer has me hyped, and then I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, I'm a bit embarrassed too because I'm all about this. This looks fun. You know, and then when you watch it, you're like, okay, this is great. Now I do think minus the Batman trailer, it's not half as fun.
No,
the Batman trailer was so good to me.
It's
like it was so, it tasted so sweet, it gave me diabetes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it really did.
Like it was so good.
It hit all those nerd points that just.
I was just it's
hard as a rock.
So hard.
Yeah.
So I'm still hard.
I'm still hard from it. Yeah. That's why we're sitting down.
I'm actually going to A&E after this.
Yeah, me too. It's like bad Viagra all over again.
And they'll just scream Batman and Robin for me, and I'm like, it's going down. It's going down.
Back. We're down. But then it's be like in the sequel. In the sequel, we're going to introduce Dick Grayson, and then you will have to put me in A&E.
Yeah, exactly. From 6 to midnight.
Yeah. Oh man, 6 to fucking next year. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. But whatever.
But I got you.
I think you understand what I'm trying to say. The Flash stuff, like, it's not going to be a Flashpoint movie.
And the Flashpoint storyline is just amazing. Like,
Yeah.
it's so good, but it's huge.
There's no way you can do it justice.
It's a two-parter. It's a Justice League two-parter. That's what it is. It's Flashpoint Justice League.
If they'd
or
said
Justice League Flashpoint.
If they said instead of Batfleck coming back that it was Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like, that would have been... I'd be more hyped for it now.
That's the problem. I want Ben Affleck as Batman. I love Ben Affleck as Batman, but I love even more so the Flashpoint story.
Yeah.
And that's why the fact that Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Laura Cohen, Lauren Cohen, the girl from Maggie from The Walking Dead, and obviously Negan from The Walking Dead as well.
Yeah.
Those two as Batman and Joker in a Flashpoint movie. And people have to remember that Aquaman and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman smash genitalia
and then
in Flashpoint.
And then they smash fists at each other, basically.
Give me that, please.
I mean, you
subscribe, buy the merch. I'm so into that.
You have the casting for it there.
It's too big, though. That's the problem.
I know. Now it's going to be... I don't know what it's going to be now, really. Like, more...
It's going to be a Flash movie... it's going to be a Flash movie with Flashpoint vibes.
Like, a spiritual sequel to the Burton stuff, I'm all about.
Yeah, of course.
But can that just be Batman Beyond?
I know.
Yeah,
Batman Beyond would be so good.
I'd love Batman Beyond. Terry McGinnis as well.
Sounds a bit like a Red Label movie.
Yeah, that does sound like a Red Label movie. Terry McGinnis get an Irish actor in as well, because McGinnis is he's technically Irish.
Yeah, and Colin Farrell doesn't look like Colin Farrell.
Yeah,
so let's get him. No, obviously not. He's too old, but I just love Colin Farrell.
I don't know.
Your man who plays Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, get him. No, the guy from Transformers and
Jack Rayner.
Street, Jack Rayner, maybe.
I think he's still he's too old.
He is too old.
He's probably in his 30s now.
I don't know. We'll think of someone.
We'll think about it.
Yeah. But not Barry Keoghan anyway.
I actually thought Barry Keoghan as well. I swear to God, my head was there. I was just trying to think of actors.
Robert Sheehan.
Robert Sheehan.
Charisma.
He's too cool. He's too cool. He's too cool. You can't get him as Riddler in that version of it.
You can't put him in a full face mask. Him as Riddler wouldn't be bad.
Him as a fun Scarecrow?
Yeah, maybe. He's
taking his own sauce. You know what I mean?
He's just getting...
He's like, I love being scared.
He's getting a little bit scared himself.
Yeah. He'd be a great polka dot man as well, actually.
He would. He'd be great at anything. I love Robert Sheehan.
Me too.
But, I don't know. The Flash thing, like... Is Ezra Miller still the Flash, even?
No, he is. Yeah. He is. He was on the panel. He did chokeslam a woman, but he's still on the panel. Do you know why he's on the panel? Because I don't.
I don't either, yeah. I don't know how people get away with these things.
I know that.
Well,
I know why.
I have my suspicions, but I'm not willing to say them.
No, me either.
Anyway,
I cancelled myself last episode with the whole Wachowski.
That was hilarious. That's one of my favorite things that's ever happened on this podcast.
I was on a high horse, and then that high horse died because I shot it in the head.
That high horse managed to kick you in the face, and it was pretty funny. We've spoken about all the men in this I just noticed, and we've basically avoided talking about Wonder Woman 84.
Yes, Wonder Woman 84. The trailer, not as fun as the last trailer.
It was fine.
It was missing that 80s music.
Yeah.
But I did like a lot of it. We did have this moment where you get to see the ending.
Yeah.
You get to see the elements
fight
of the final fight. It looks like it's going to be like the first Wonder Woman, just a CGI mess. It looks like the ending of Venom.
And like
Cheetah and Wonder Woman throw down, and sadly, Cheetah has that kind of weightlessness that Black Panther has. The ending fight with Black Panther and Killmonger.
Yeah.
There's like this weird weightlessness to the punches, even though some of that was actually actors in motion capture suits,
which is crazy.
And then you watch it and you're like, I feel there's no impact on any of these punches.
Exactly.
Sadly, it kind of has that kind of vibe.
And also,
I've used that word vibe so many times in this episode.
Hey, listen, it's okay. I'm vibing with it.
Thank you.
And even in that final fight scene, it looks like they don't do Cheetah justice. Like, she doesn't pop enough for it to be set at night. Like, Wonder Woman dressed in gold looks awesome, really pops, and I'm like,
Gal Gadot could wear anything.
Put her against
or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Anything or nothing.
Sorry,
I don't care.
made a gay there for a second. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, no, we only talk about
Jake Johnson, huh?
Jake Johnson, what a charisma powerhouse. Robert Pattinson. Oh, I'm back. Anyway, but like she's popping in it, and then it's a grey background next to rocks, and Cheetah isn't yellow, she's grey, and she's got the dot, and
And you can't say what you'd say with the Snyder Cut. Everything's finished in this movie.
Yeah.
That movie has been finished for months. Like,
Ready
it's
to ship.
locked.
Yeah.
It's locked. Like, it's done.
Yeah.
So, but it's not even that the CGI looks bad. It just looks like it just doesn't agree with me.
And look, it's not like we're not excited for Kristen. What's her name?
Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig. Sorry, yeah.
I love Kristen Wiig.
Me too. Kristen Wiig's awesome.
love Kristen Wiig so much. I am very attracted to her.
Too.
And she's so hilarious.
She is. She's just a talented person well.
She's like the best thing about Saturday Night Live. Whenever she's in one of the segments, I'm like, oh, she's gonna be the funniest person in the segment.
She's
kind of like
good.
Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon, yeah. Kate McKinnon, yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's great, and I'm excited to see her performance as Cheetah and for her to be in this superhero world.
It does seem a bit lame where she's like, I want to be the apex predator, and then she goes for a jog.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I'm like,
she's kind of running around the place.
Yeah,
and
Pedro Pascal looks cool as fuck.
Yeah, we know
Got
nothing.
those Trump vibes going on.
He does. Maxwell Lord is already a cool character.
He's gonna sell you your own dreams. I'm into it.
80s version of it is cool. I mean, Chris Pine.
Oh my god,
we love Chris Pine. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He can also be on our board of hunks and lovely men that we love.
Speaking of hunks, we have never got to the hunk and skunk.
Oh, don't worry. I think our hunk and skunks are locked. I think we don't even have to discuss them. We can just say them at the same time.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. No.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he is a hunk, and he's awesome in this. Also, I want one of his outfits with the trainers when he's on the tank and everything.
I want those trainers, the old kind of Nikes.
Yeah, classic Nike. Also, like, that's the best scene. That looks like the best action scene.
When the truck is flipping,
it's like
it's just so picturesque. It's just beautiful.
It's
looking.
like a panel in a comic.
Yeah,
it's the
exactly. That's what it's like.
It's crossing the no man's land. It's the fight that everyone loves from it. I don't want any more Themyscira stuff. Maybe that's just me.
No, I don't really want it either that much.
We're off there.
And I was saying, Patty Jenkins, for a female director, she knows how to empower her female actors.
She empowers those actresses with, and the men.
They're not just wearing. She's not like Judi Dench.
No.
As M.
Yeah. No. The legs are out and on display.
Oh my god.
Gal Gadot steps out and.
All I see is legs. She's 90% legs.
Yeah, she is. And then later, she's 90% legs again.
I know.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
She's such good casting. There's such good casting throughout this whole DC EU, which is why it's annoying that it's not as good as it should be. Yeah. But I'm still excited for Wonder Woman 84. But
me too.
I didn't. I watched the trailer a second time with you, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to watch the trailer again.
First trailer. I loved.
Yeah,
I must say I loved.
Me too. And Chris Pine, Gal Gadot, they have great chemistry.
And we were saying, like, we don't think they're going to give us a logical reason why Chris Pine is back.
We don't care. Yeah.
We're like, we'll contort.
He's too fun.
We'll adjust to whatever logic, whatever stupid logic you throw at us. We're like, okay, but he's still in the movie. So, and he wears those Nikes so well.
Yeah, he does. He's got those outfits.
And the bum bag.
Yeah.
The fanny pack.
You see, they should have ended on that. The parachute pants joke isn't as good as him swiveling the bum bag around.
Yeah, but
anyway,
I'll take it.
That's just me. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
Did we touch on everything? I mean, there was video game announcements as well, but I mean, look, this episode will be 3 hours long. We'll talk about those video game announcements.
Will we finish up with Hunk and Skunk then?
Let's finish up.
What?
We said we were going to talk about one thing at the top of the show to make sure everyone knew about it, and we forgot to do it.
Oh, no! Yeah, we'll talk about it now real quickly.
We'll talk about it now.
Hey, guess what? We're going to the cinema next week.
We're going to the cinema next week, everybody.
We're going to the cinema.
We are going to a socially distanced, well looked after.
Yeah, probably wearing a mask. I don't know what the story is there. We'll see the restrictions. But we're going to the cinema. This is a big deal. It's been 5 months.
It's been so long. And we are going to see the only movie that should be witnessed in the cinema right now. Tenet.
Yes.
Tenet.
But how are we going to view it? Are we going to view it on a normal digital projector the way Christopher Nolan would not like to view it, to consume it?
You common man. We're seeing it in 35mm. Like a G.
Yeah, bro.
Are you proud of us, Christopher? Christopher, are you proud of us? Chris?
Is Daddy happy?
Daddy, did we make you happy?
Is Daddy happy?
Yeah, we're going to see Tenet in the Lighthouse Theatre.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, the Lighthouse
Dublin. Next week,
a 35mm presentation of it. The way Christopher Nolan wants it to be viewed. We're going to see the flicker of light. We're going to see the blemishes.
We're going to see everything.
Cannot wait.
It will truly be a cinema experience.
And it's an event because we're just going to the cinema. Like it's weird that that's such a big event now.
We are so hyped for this. Like, we were hyped for Fandome, but this completely overshadowed it.
I'm not a big popcorn eater.
No.
I'm going full on with the popcorn. I'm getting
Yeah.
the big gulp drink.
Yeah,
I'm
me
going
too.
all out.
Getting all out as well. And may bring a notepad in me because
We're so afraid we're going to
so
not understand
afraid.
this movie.
I'm so afraid. I texted Ian a screenshot and of like an article, and it said the critics are mixed on Tenet because they don't understand it.
No, yeah.
And I said, Ian, as previously stated, I have to understand this movie.
I'm afraid that even us combined, I'm hoping elements that I don't understand, you're going to educate me on.
Same for you.
I think the car ride home,
Yeah, that's
we're going to have a lot of
serious
discussion. A lot to talk about.
It's going to be a rough one.
I don't think I'm going to understand it.
I'm so hyped, and I'm going to be distracted by Robert Pattinson the whole time.
Batman.
I'm going to have to put that out of my mind.
He's Batman.
Yeah, I know, especially after the trailer. You know, maybe I might have been able to do it if I hadn't seen the trailer, but now that I've seen it, I'm just going to be like Batman. But he's a chameleon, so he'll convince me.
Batman. It won't get out of my head. Like I'll watch the whole thing going, Batman's weird in this.
Batman's weird. He's putting on an English accent in this. So weird. Oh man, I can't wait to be going to the cinema.
Me too.
It's going to be a great experience.
Crazy how much of an event that is.
It really is. We'll be all over social media about it, I'd say.
Yeah, big time.
So, and we're going to give you a review 100% next week of Tenet.
Yeah, non-spoiler because it's not out in America for a while now.
And of course, we're not going to spoil this movie for you. We mightn't even explain what's happening in the movie.
We might not be able to.
Yeah, we might.
That's the thing.
We might just be able to.
It might be just us scratching our heads for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
trying to talk about it,
giving vague opinions,
and then talking about Batman.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, that was the important thing we wanted to say. Now we can do Hunk and Skunk.
Hunk and Skunk.
So will I just count down from 3? We'll say Hunk.
For which one? Okay, for Hunk.
For Hunk. So
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Hunk with a bullet. The entire cast of the Batman could be Hunk this week, but Robert Pattinson specifically.
Big time. Easily. Time. Every knuckle sandwich just tastes so well.
Yeah, and then Skunk.
Are we going product or person?
Person.
Okay, fair enough.
3, 2, 1.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, obviously. Sorry, Zach, but
we did not talk about this beforehand.
No,
by
we
the way.
didn't. Yeah, this was not discussed. We were so in each other's heads that we know what Hunk and Skunk is.
And that's why we know we're not going to understand Tenet.
Exactly. We're just fooling ourselves when we say maybe between the two of us we'll understand.
Maybe we'll ask other people while we're leaving. The smartest guy will ask. Whoever looks smart.
No, I don't want to ask him because he'll be so smug about understanding it. I want to just listen into people's conversations, see what they think.
Sneakily
listen in. Like
I got it.
Like in a video game when you have to eavesdrop.
Yeah.
You're just like leaning in like this and everything. Maybe there'll be a discussion afterwards.
Maybe. Or maybe we'll just be silent on the way home. We're like, I don't know.
I don't get it. I loved it, but I didn't get it.
I hope I'm going to be saying I loved it.
Yeah, me too. I really hope I like this movie. Yeah. I feel like I will.
I already have decided.
Yeah.
It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mainly because I also wanted to just enjoy my first cinematic experience in 5 months.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm like, I think it's going to be my reaction is going to be controlled by that in a way. That's going to take precedence. You know, I'm going to be like, I'm in the cinema.
Yeah, it's exciting.
We should finish up.
We should. Thank you very much for listening to Straight to Series.
Yeah.
This was a DC heavy episode.
Very heavy.
We were going to watch it Unhinged, but we couldn't find a version of it. And you know what? We didn't need to.
Yeah, we really didn't need to.
This was such a heavy episode.
Russell, we'll get to you later.
He might have been Hunk this week if
he might
Unhinged
have been.
is good.
Or Skunk.
Or Skunk, yeah, depending. But all I can say is
Bobby Solo is a terrible actor.
Bobby Solo is a terrible actor. That was what I was going to say. It wasn't, but it's better. Bobby Pattinson is a great actor, and I can't wait to see him as Batman.
Me too.
Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.